young team, what challenges come along with having a younger team than last year?
Well, obviously, it's a learning curve for a lot of the guys. I mean, the organization's done a great job over the last few years in drafting, and now we're starting to see the influx of the young talent that the organization has. And a lot of them, some of them are still up in Colorado right now, but not all of them are going to stick there. And what's great about this league. I mean, it's a developmental league, but at the same time, you want to win hockey games, and I think that's the next step we as an organization have to take. We have to realize that in order to develop players, you've also got to learn how to win, and that's something that I think is going to be a focus. And it has been a focus in the past, but I think there's a little bit more urgency from our end of it to win at this level.
Does that give you an advantage from coaching at the NCAA level to now this level that you've dealt with young kids? You kind of know the ebb and flow of what they're like.
Yeah, I think without question. And I've also had the luxury of coaching some of these guys before, so there's a familiarity personally with these guys, and I know a lot of them as players, and so that certainly helps from a coaching standpoint. It would help anybody, and I really believe that with some of the veterans we've added this year, they're seasoned AHL players, but they're also young enough to try to make it to the NHL. These guys aren't on the downside of their careers, and guys like Van de Gulik and Talbot and guys like that. I mean, those guys are 4 or 5 year vets, but they're in their mid-20s. So, and this organization has created a system where we don't have a lot of one-way contracts. There's opportunity to be called up if you play well. Those who play well will be rewarded, and those who don't play well will be demoted. So, that's the uniqueness of this organization, and I think it keeps things lively down here, and it keeps things competitive at the American Hockey League level.
How would you describe last season? You guys were close at certain points. Certainly, you had opportunities. Was it a missed opportunity, or was it a learning experience? How do you look at last year?
The start we got in, we just dug ourselves such a hole. When you start 9-17, really. But that being said, we were playing very good hockey in December, January, and February. As a matter of fact, when February ended, we were right there. And every team goes through the injuries. We had again close to 60 players. I mean, it's just we got hurt in key positions. Our goaltending got hurt. We lost Sertich and Ford, who were two very integral parts of our team. And it just just caught up to us. And but I think the organization, I think we're prepared to weather some of the injuries and some of the call-ups that we're going to go through. And I really like our depth, and I like the makeup of our team. I think the makeup of our team is really going to help us overcome those situations.
You have the opener here on the 8th, and then you don't see this building for almost, it seems like 4 weeks.
Right.
Is that, I mean, you guys become road warriors early. You do like that.
I do like that because, again, at this level, every year you're going to have half the guys are going to be new.
Right.
And I think when you get a chance to get on the road, it's an opportunity to spend some more time together. It's a chance to bond. And we were a pretty good road team last year, and I certainly envision us being a good road team again this year.
As far as some of the players that maybe we haven't really seen or know a lot about, is there any one particular player that excites you more than others? That I know you haven't even opened yet, but still, you've done scouting, you've heard about it. Any one couple players that we're going to see that we need to learn about?
Guys like obviously some of the guys last year that we had, like Montgomery and Mercier, guys that really made great progress last year. I'm anxious to see the kind of jump they make this coming year. Oliver, some of the young defensemen we have coming in here. It's going to be interesting to see the jumps they make. Carmen had was a great addition last year. He's still up in Colorado. All those guys aren't going to be able to stick. But also the veterans, the Maldens, the Van de Guliks, the Talbots, the Walters, guys like that. I mean, those are good players that are still have aspirations to play in the NHL, and they can still get there. And I'm excited about a lot of the guys. I don't know if I've ever looked forward to coaching a team more than I do this one.
Really? What about the style of play you want to develop for these guys? Is there because of the roster that you have, or is it difficult because you have guys coming in and out so much?
Well, as an organization, we certainly stress speed and pace of play, and that's something that's every coach has his identity, and that's something that I've always preached and felt comfortable coaching. And one of the things that we talk about is our practices have to be game-like. Everything is all out. Everything's at a pace. All the conditioning that we do is structured within the practice, and it's something that I know we harp on a lot. And we're going to continue to set the pace and be physical too. I mean, if you can combine speed and physicality, you're going to have an awful lot of success. Other
than the obvious, which is to win everything, what's your end goal? Where do you see this team lining up when things?
I really believe we have a chance to win the whole thing. I mean, I'm not just saying that to people want to hear it. I really believe with the makeup of our team, we have talent. We had talent last year, but it's much more than talent. I like our depth at all 3 positions. I think our goaltending's in good shape. I think our D are in good shape. and I like the depth up front, and I really like the combination of our skill and our mental makeup. You know, I think we've got a hard-working team, and I think you know, when you have those ingredients, you've got a chance. You've got a chance to win championships, and I really fully believe that we do.
Cool. Good, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Coach.